What's up, YouTube land? Xeno Gaming back with the season finale of my F1 2020 My Team series. Here is episode 23 around the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix track, and it's going to be not the most exciting end to the season, unfortunately, but it is what it is, and we'll get straight into it, and hopefully we can pick up some points to end the season on a positive note. And I think we can do that this weekend here around this track. I don't mind this track, actually. At the start of its in 2010, when it first came into the F1 world, I wasn't a fan of it. But the more it kind of grew on me. It's not obviously great for racing, but I actually just personally like it and enjoy driving the track. So for whatever reason, I just do. So here we are, and we'll hopefully have a good race. Hopefully Mick can score some points. We haven't had our teammate score points all year, which probably just indicates we haven't got the best car, but you know, we're working on it. So we'll move into qualifying here, and hopefully we can just get into Q2 at least. I don't think Q3 is on the cards. The difficulty change means that the car's just not strong enough to make Q3 at this point in time. So yeah, we'll see how we go here in Q1, and when I come across the line now for our first flying lap. And when I come across the line, that's going to be 7th place behind Raikkonen, but ahead of our teammate and Russell, so kind of in that spot where we're, you know, but here's our second run, the same set of tyres, and you can see we're now in 16th place as more cars compared their times, but we're kind of in that spot. We're not going to improve this lap, obviously, but we're in that spot where we're quicker than our teammate and the two Williams, but we're slower at the minute than the Haas drivers and the two Alphas. We haven't developed the car to end the season, so we are losing a little bit of performance to the Haas guys. But here's our last lap on and last run in Q1, so we're going to commentate this full lap and coming through turn 3 on the run here to 4 and 5. I enjoy this corner a lot. It's you got to really attack that curb, and now this hairpin can be quite tricky, and trying to get onto the throttle as smooth as possible for the best exit for the long straight. Here, important exit at a 6 on the run to 7 and 8. And this is a tricky braking zone, and you kind of got to set it up to maximise the exit here. So even though you could probably take more speed through that corner, you got to maximise this run here. You can't go too deep into that corner because you just lose a lot of time out of here. Open the DRS once again, and you can attack this chicane a lot more. But once again, you don't want to go too deep because you need to flow the car through this chicane. This reminds me of the Singapore chicane. Just the curbs aren't as aggressive, and there's not a wall on the outside. Well, there is, but just a bit further away. And now that left-hander's quite simple. And then this right-hander, triple right here, really tricky. The braking is not in a straight line. You're kind of turning, and then, yeah, really tricky to not lock up the front right. These two left-hander corners are just a bit of a patient and waiting game. Then I like these two last corners, especially this corner here. You can throw the car in 5th gear. And this last corner, back down to 4th gear. 3rd if you need it. We're going to clip the inside just enough there. We're going to improve the lap time. What's it going to be for position? I think it's going to be 18th place here today. Yes, unfortunately we don't make it through to Q2, and that's just kind of where the car is. But we'll soldier on and move into this race. Hopefully, yeah, we can do a good result and get a good strategy. I think strategy will be important for us to make our way through the field. I think it will be a 2-stop strategy around Abu Dhabi, and there you can see who was knocked out in Q1. We managed to split the two Haas cars there, which is cool. So yeah, we'll move into the race now, and I'll give it to our old mate David Croft, and he'll introduce you guys.
It's the final chapter of the season then here at the spectacular Yas Marina circuit. It's a race where the pole sitter failed to finish in 3 of the first 4 events. A front row start here is by no means a guarantee of victory, so we go into battle once more as we get underway at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the Yas Marina circuit, just over 3.4 miles long with 21 corners and 2 very long back straights. There are 2 DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both turn 8 and turn 11 and offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners as well, in particular 15, 16 and 17, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. And with me as usual is Anthony Davidson. Why don't we start by talking about Valtteri Bottas? They've had a fantastic campaign. It's been a wonderful year, and they come into this weekend's Grand Prix as a fully deserving champion.
I agree it's been a truly impressive season, but championship or no, I don't think they'll be gently cruising around to the finish line. In fact, with points no longer a concern, there's a lot less to risk, so we may even see a more aggressive approach.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Stroll, Sainz, Sergio Perez, and Ocon, Albon, Bottas, Vettel, they've taken a grid penalty, and Lando Norris, Leclerc, Gasly, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Magnussen, the captain, and Roman Grosjean. Schumacher, Russell, Latifi, and Daniel Kvyat completes the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
It's been a long season, but let's try to end it on a high note.
It has been a long season, but ending it on a high note is exactly what we all want here today. And it is a two-stop strategy. I'm going to flip this though. Instead of ending on the medium, I'm going to start in the medium and then finish on the two soft stints. I think that will be the best way for us here today. From 15th on the grid, so we've made a few spots up on the starting line here. So that's going to help us quite a bit going into this race, being able to just get a few spots, a few more people we don't have to overtake during the race. Compared to the AI, race pace is always stronger on these games. It's the trend. So it's obviously a lot tougher to qualify higher up, but you can kind of always come back through the race. So I think points is achievable. It's not achievable in qualifying, but it's definitely achievable in this Grand Prix. So there's the strat for fuel for tyre wise, and yeah, we'll just see how we go here. So without further ado, we'll get into it. But yeah. The real goal is that hopefully maybe a hectic race and Mick is able to score some points. I think that would be really nice. That it's not just me who scored all the points this season, so I'm fingers crossed for him. And but there's not much we can really do about that. We can only control what we can control as the field line up here for the final Grand Prix. Actually, I don't know why I thought I was starting 15th. I'm starting 17th. I only gained one spot. Yeah, that's my fault there. Anyway. Here we go for the 5 red lights here in Abu Dhabi, and the lights are going to be out now, held for a very long time. Let's go here for the season finale in Formula 1 2020, my team series. And here we go into turn 1, and there's a shooting Grosjean up the inside. That was Grosjean of old, and really aggressive there into turn 1. And now we got our teammate outside, and we almost make contact there, kind of squeeze him off the track. He loses a spot to Russell, so that's my fault there. Russell has a go at us there, and we have to cover the inside. But now we're able to hold him off, and Raikkonen and Magnussen going side by side. We're trying to sneak a nose in there on Kimi. He's on the outside, but we kind of just can't find a way through there. Magnussen was a bit slow in the apex, and now we jump into Raikkonen slipstream, and he's going to have Magnussen slipstream. So here goes Raikkonen to the outside of Kevin Magnussen into turn 7. We have a look down the inside. We're not going to make it 3 wide. We're going to stick our nose there, but we can't get through. Russell now sticks his nose on our outside, and now we leave him some space. And good battle between us here on the first lap. Now, can we have a go at Magnussen here? We've got a great run out of the chicane, and here's Magnussen down the inside and easily past him into the break-ins. So we're going to stick our nose up with Raikkonen. He closed the door on us, but that's okay. Just quickly check if we haven't got damage. We don't, so that's positive. And now we'll just continue on with our first lap here and our race. So yeah, AI just unaware when you stick your nose down the inside. They don't leave you any room at all, which yeah, don't know why, because a bit frustrating. But anyway, Kimi, can we make a move here into the last corners? No, probably not close enough, and probably just not realistic to make a move into these corners. It's just too hard, so we'll have to settle into 17th place for now. So didn't gain a spot here in the opening lap, which is not normal, but I think that Grosjean dive bomb kind of hurt us there. But here we come into lap 2 now. We're so close to the back of Raikkonen. He's defending to the inside. We just can't pull past without the DRS here. and we're going to go dive around the outside and hopefully we can be strong on the brakes. But he goes up the inside of Ricciardo, kind of. Yes, he is, and we had to avoid Daniel Ricciardo. He was very, very early on the brakes. There was the Australian driver, so I don't know why that was, and we had to just kind of avoid an accident. And now Raikkonen's going for it again here on Ricciardo, but he can't get it done that time around. He still hasn't got it done here. We're down. Ricciardo's on the back of Grosjean actually, and we got the DRS open here for the first time on Kimi Raikkonen, and we gained a lot of time on the last straight. Can we have a go here into this S section, this chicane? No, we can't. We're purple through the middle sector thanks to the DRS, and that's about it. Can we have a look now? We've run off a little bit wide there, and definitely not going to be able to get past Raikkonen into the triple right-hander with that kind of run through that corner. So move here to lap 4, and Ricciardo is past Grosjean. Now Raikkonen having a look at the harsh driver, and he's going to look to go through. Are we going to make a move as well? We're going to go late on the brakes, but no, we can't. We stick the nose there, but we back out. It's just not a good idea. Once again, purple through the middle sector, so showing the DRS can be really effective in that middle sector. But now it's lap 5 in this Grand Prix, and we're still trying to find a way past Grosjean, and he's dropped back from Raikkonen, and we're going to be right behind him. We've got a lot more speed than the harsh driver. We open the DRS here. He hasn't got it, and we easily are going to get past Grosjean for 16th place. So good work there to get past him. And now we move to lap 8. We're back up to the back of Raikkonen. We're looking to make a move on him, but his teammate is got a problem here. Giovinazzi looks like he's out of this Grand Prix with terminal issues, so it's a disaster for him in his last race of the season. Disappointing for him and disappointing for us, because it's probably saved him from us attacking his teammate. And you can see here with the virtual safety car deployed, a lot of drivers took the opportunity to come in for their first pit stop, especially guys on the soft tyre. Me and Kimi stay out, and the safety car ends as they're in the pit lane, so they don't get the full benefit, but they do get a benefit for sure. It's definitely some sort of benefit, but we're coming in on the end of lap 11, and Raikkonen's coming in, I believe, on the end of this lap here, but it's not going to stop us from making a move on Kimi, and we're going to go to the outside here. We got Hamilton and Verstappen behind us, so we're going to be under pressure from those guys, but we're right around the outside of Kimi Raikkonen, and now we've got the inside for the right-hander and the left-hander. We sweep across the line and take away the lead of the Grand Prix, actually, at this time. But next lap, we come into the pits. Raikkonen came in on the last lap. We almost go into the barrier there. These tyres are definitely done here. But now, this is where the enjoyment part of the race is, because we're going to have the 2 soft tyre stints to end this race. So, yeah, hopefully this benefits, but we'll see what kind of undercut advantage Kimi Raikkonen gets on us. So, he does get the undercut on us, and that can prove vital for him in this race to get back ahead of us, and could cost us a little bit of time here. And so there's Raikkonen coming through turn 1 now as we come underneath him, and there goes Kimi. So we have lost out to Raikkonen there with the undercut, so proves to you what a fresh set of tyres can do for you, and he regains that position, and it's currently 14th place now on track. So yeah, it's a little bit of a shame, but we'll quickly make work of this. We're going to get the DRS just about, so we could have a chance here with the DRS here on this first straight, closing up to him in the braking zone. And then maybe on the second straight we can have a go at Kimi Raikkonen. So we open the DRS here, but we're very far back. Definitely not going to be able to do it on this straight, but maybe if we get a good run through this chicane here with the fresh soft tyres compared to his medium tyres. I don't know why he went for mediums when you can clearly do a medium soft, but that's what he went with. And we'll see now. We'll get a good run here by the looks of it. We're going to open overtake mode, DRS, and we're going to probably need to use a bit more overtake mode up to 8th gear, yes, and now it's going to be a very daring move, but the amount of speed we are gaining all the time in here, closing once again around the outside, and this time we get it done again. So twice in a couple of laps we've done Raikkonen with the exact same move, and he could not stop it. As now we move to lap 14 in this Grand Prix, and we're now behind Pierre Gasly and Carlos Sainz in this race. And Gasly on medium tyres, Sainz on the soft tyre. He did what I would have done if I didn't switch strategy. I think he's doing soft to medium, and he's on a lot older, softer tyres than me at this stage of the race. Gasly on mediums, he might be doing something similar to Kimi. I don't know exactly what he's going with, but here we're going to open the DRS and on Gasly, and we've got a great run. He's not as close to Sainz as we are to him, but now he's kind of pulling away here in the second phase of this straight. We're going to dive it down the inside very aggressively of Pierre Gasly, and he leaves us the space as well, doesn't fight it too hard by the looks of it, and we are gain a position there. And now next lap, right on the back of Carlos Sainz. So we've got some good pace here on these tyres, and now we're just looking to take advantage of that. And with the DRS, much better grip than Science, but a much better exit out of turn 6, and now we get the position here. He outbraked us a little bit, but that's fine. We're going to sweep across and take the position, and we now move into lap 19 here, so a few laps down the road. This is actually the lap we're coming in for our stop, and Verstappen's coming through on us here, as he's already pitted for his second stop. He's got a lot more grip than us there. So I just realised I was calling turn 7, turn 8 and turn 6. Turn 7, turn 6, so I'm going to correct that from there, and I'll make sure to call the correct corner numbers. But anyway, into the pits, and we're going to chuck on our second set of soft tyres, and we'll see where we come out compared to Carlos Sainz, who obviously pitted a few laps before us, but we obviously pulled enough of a gap to him, and he's on a fresh set of mediums. But now we're on a fresh set of softs and should be able to just pull away from Carlos here. So it's critical actually we get in front here, and we're going to be able to probably pull enough of a gap here through the chicane and stuff. But moving to lap 24, and we're finally caught up to this battle pack of Ricciardo. And look at this train, it's a huge train, it goes well into the point, so we're well set here with our good tyres. Obviously we've used them up a little bit, so we'll see what we can do. And we did set the fastest lap, but then it got broken, so on our first or second flying lap there. So we had good pace, and we caught him quite quickly. You can see how fast Science is behind. So now the issue is going to be overtaking, so it's going to be much more difficult because you can't just do a simple DRS overtake with everybody having DRS here. So we're really got to plan this out. But now we've got yellow flags behind, and that's interesting to see what that is, as it looks like it could be Carlos Sainz who's slowing actually. So Sainz slowing behind, and it is Carlos Sainz as Gasly now overtakes him. So it's a disappointment for Sainz and his season finale. He's out of this Grand Prix, and a safety car has been deployed. A safety car. So I thought, my thinking here is these tyres, I've probably seen the best of their days, and even though they're probably better than the guys ahead, I decided to make a bold move, and you know what, let's pit. We'll be right back up with the field, and I think this could be a winning strategy here. It's under the safety car. The guys behind have a delta. You know, I didn't think I was going to lose too much ground here. So come into the pits. We lose one spot there to Gasly. We're going to lose another spot here to Kimi Raikkonen. Put on the soft tyre. And now we're going to come back out here, and we're going to, hopefully we can get ahead of Kvyat here. He sweeps through turn 1. He's going to be ahead of us as well. So that hasn't really worked out for us. So, but I was still positive until that moment there, where it said the safety car was coming in this lap. And Kvyat, I don't know what he's doing here. He's just going so slow. And the safety, I understand that, Jeff, but the safety car is coming in this lap, and he's just going so slow. He's not catching the safety car at all. And I just had enough. I passed him here. I'd rather take the penalty and not. I would rather take the penalty and have that 5 seconds extra and then not catch the safety car. But I already knew I'd made a terrible decision when I pitted. At this moment in time, there's the 5-second penalty, but we've already pulled that on Kvyat pretty much. But now Raikkonen's the same. He's going super slow, and the safety car's pretty much pulled into the pits, and the leaders are coming around the first corner. So yeah, we never got a chance to catch the safety car, and it's back to Grand Flag Racing already. So it's on, and Kimi starts pushing again. So yeah, I don't know. That was all very unfortunate, a bit weird here. And next lap, we're right on Raikkonen, obviously, and we're going to easily get past him here with the better tyres. And there it is, a bit deep on the brakes, but we easily managed to pull that off. And now it's just to push to the end of the Grand Prix, and we get 13th place here, but we're not going to really beat Raikkonen unless we pull 5 seconds here in a lap and a half. And we're catching right up to the back of Gasly towards the end of this race. I was trying to set the fastest lap here, but it's just not going to come into fruition here, I don't think. So Lewis Hamilton comes across the line to win the season finale here in Abu Dhabi, as Verstappen finishes second, and we come across to finish in 14th place, which is a little bit disappointing. No points here today, which you could say is my fault. Vettel wins driver of the day, but I would give that to Lance Stroll, who has finished in incredible P3. I'll give it to Crofty.
It's been a roller coaster season then, but do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. That lead at the top of the table has shrunk somewhat today. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to say Sebastian Vettel certainly caught my eye during today's race. Incredible driving.
The Constructors' Championship may be a foregone conclusion at the moment, but regardless, let's look at the standings. It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
So that is the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here today, guys. And, well, bit of a disappointment in the end. It was a great race until the safety car came out. I made a bad error there. And I'll log this one in my memory bank and remember not to do this in a league race. If I think if it's like less than like, if there's like 3 laps to go, maybe even 4 laps to go, don't pit. It's just not worth it, it seems, and that's a little bit unfortunate. It maybe also depends on the situation if you're going to lose a spot or not. But when it comes to the championship, we end up finishing 10th in the championship, so that's fantastic. 67 points, I think, to our name. And in the constructors, also we finished 7th with the same amount of points. And unfortunately, our teammates do not score all year, which is a bit of a shame. And also, Renault end up leapfrogging McLaren for 5th in the last race of the season with Ocon's 7th place finish. Ricardo also picked up a point, I believe. Oh no, I think he actually finished just outside. And then Mercedes actually scored 796 points, which I think is going to be a record. I'm not too sure what they scored previously, but Bottas scored 400 points this year in the championship. And Hamilton only loses out by 16 points in the end. So, entertaining season. Obviously, Bottas won with a race to go, but I thought it was a good first season here, and now we move to the off season. And my thought was to try and see if we could go after Kimi Räikkönen. Obviously, we can't because we don't have. I can't get my English out. We don't meet his requirements, and we probably just didn't have enough money anyway in the bank. So I come back to Antoine Hubert, who I think did a better job than Mick, personally, and we're going to go back to him, and I'm going to make sure I re-sign him in the middle of the next year, keep him for the full season, and I believe he can score points for us. But I'll keep him for a full season next year, and I think if we'll see how his results go. But if he doesn't do well, we'll probably try to get a proper replacement in. I think after next year when the car's got a little bit more of a reputation, and I could probably sign a bit more of an established driver. I'm not sure who that will be at this stage. So we'll see how that goes. And coming here, I thought about a little bit of an upgrade here, potentially to the car, to end the season on the durability, to make it more reliable. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. But now we're going to go to a Will Buxton interview, so I'll just leave you with that.
To your HQ. Let's have a little chat about the team's performance this season. Isn't it safe to say you focused heavily on driver development? You couldn't keep your last driver in the team due to financial troubles. How are you working to ensure that this doesn't happen again? At the moment, you seem to be a solid mid-tier team. What do you think will take your team to the next level? Would it be safe to say that in terms of team orders, your career comes first in your team? you see your relationship with your second driver being long-term, or will you be looking for someone else if you're successful? Well, it's been wonderful to spend some time with you. Best of luck out on track.
Not currently in a rivalry. Sooner or later, you'll probably be asked by the media who you consider to be your rival. Think carefully who you select. While you will receive acclaim for beating them, you'll lose acclaim if you fail to do so.
Don't really care about rivalry at this point. Season's over, and we're going to go into the off-season now, and we're going to get in a nice amount of lump sum here. So, overall, a successful first season. We met all the requirements in terms of the sponsor objectives. And we're going to get a nice boost here to acclaim. Hubert also up to a level 8. I believe him and Schumacher are on the same acclaim level, so we don't lose out anything there. As a team, we're going to maybe get level 15 here. I want to see that pop. I'm not going to say it there. But there we go. Primary sponsor, 13 million, plus 7th place prize money, $12 million, so $25 million in the bank. We already had 9 million in there, so 34 million in there. And that's quite a nice surprise there. You can see the results of the season. Antoine actually finished ahead of Mick in the standings. I think Mick might have done the extra race or two. I'm not too sure on what went there. But coming to the off-season stuff there, I'm sticking with everything here. I'm sticking with the Mercedes engine. But you can see the Renault engine is really good and is actually the most expensive. So Renault have developed their engine and are now the best engine on the grid. But I'm sticking with Mercedes. That's where my loyalty is going to be. I'm going to be a Mercedes-powered car unless something happens to it and things change. But until there's a big issue with their engine, I'm not going to be changing. So that's my engine of choice for probably the series, and I'm probably going to stick with that. I want to be a Mercedes back team, kind of. But we're doing our own thing here. We're trying to win the championship, and I think we can do that. Maybe not next year, but maybe in Season 3. That's where I'm gunning for, to win the championship, in both championships, really. But now, we're also sticking with Pacifio. I think it's a good, reasonable goal bonus at the end of the season. A good signing on bonus. Good. Yeah, I think it's just a really good sponsor, and it's not a hard objective. When it comes to the car, I'm slightly changing the look of it. I'm going with these little stripe arrow things, kind of coming off the car, and I think it looks quite nice. Also, the number just looks a lot better. I hated the number on the old car. And then also, I'm going to be changing the race suits to the blue colour, because I thought when I was on the podium in Mexico next to Vettel, it looked like I was too similar to Ferrari, so I'm trying to just stand out here from the Ferrari race suit. I prefer to have that light blue and be the main colour, with red being the secondary colour. So that's the decision around that, and car is under the covers and ready for the reveal. So that's that taken care of. But now we have the big spending spree to take care of. Obviously, first we're going to take care of these activities, and here you're just kind of looking through all different activities for pre-season stuff. I was just looking through what's not going to cost me money too much, and what's going to bring in money. It was that was where I was trying to base it off, and I didn't want to spend too much money. I didn't want to make departments upset, but you kind of just got to compromise in this situation. I don't even remember what I went with here, so it's going to be news to me. I recorded this a few weeks ago, so yeah, we'll see, I guess, in a second what I did. Not sure, to be honest. All my career mode videos were really recorded in advance, and I haven't actually I haven't played the game. Well, I've played the game, but I haven't played the career mode for a while. I think it's been since way before my league racing, like a week before. So yeah, it's been a while since I touched it, but I'll be back on it this week, since I've now smashed out all these videos. That's all I was waiting for. I was just waiting for myself to catch up, and I guess I gave myself a little bit too much work to do. So anyway, yes, I will now be looking into each department here, and we got a lot of money to spend. And what I'm firstly going to do is, I've got everything at 2 on the quality control. I can't remember if I make everything go to level 3 or not, but I don't think I do. I think the goal is to get every other department now to level 2, because level 3 is just a ridiculous point in terms of how much level 3 cost. So we'll see now what I do. I honestly can't remember, so I'm just waiting for it. I don't know what I'm looking for through here, so the driver perks actually. This
You can buy perks to become a better driver, both on and off the track. Your second driver will buy theirs with the fee they negotiate over their base salary, but you can buy your own with the team's cash. One of the benefits of being the boss.
yes, so the driver perks, they're really cheap, and I brought these straight away, and I would have brought level 3, but there was a reason I couldn't. I had to be level 20 acclaim level. That's the only reason. Or else I would have just brought that immediately, because they're quite cheap, and probably as soon as I do reach that acclaim level, I'll definitely be buying it. But now here's the big spending spree. So powertrain, resource. I did everything. I wanted it to be linear. So now everything's at 1, and now fabrication. So I'm just trying to make everything as even across the board. There's fabrication and durability. I also wanted to make sure I did durability is 4th in my rank. That's why I skipped it as I went around there. And yeah, really just trying to maximize all the departments. Here we go. There's another level, and buy another level in the chassis department. Oh, we've still got plenty of money left over. Buy another level there. All right, go here. Buy another level. Plenty of money to spend. I'm not going to be shy with that, and it's my money, and I think this is going to really propel us forward. I thought about for a second maybe looking into the personnel department, but I quickly went against it. Now resource, we might as well boost that. And what else can we boost here? Might as well start getting in, I think, on the durability. Got pretty much. Oh no, we've done all the durability. And we can get resource here and fabrication, I think, level 2 for aerodynamics. If I choose, I don't remember, but a lot of things now in place. We're going to advance and simulate forward, and they're all going to come to the car. It's going to be quite big, and I think this is really going to help us with development moving forward. And I think that's it with our spending spree. I can't even tell how much money we've got left there. I should really have a look and see, but I can't see from here. So I think it's about. I honestly can't tell. But straight away we're going to make an upgrade here on the aerodynamics. I actually left this a little bit later. I could have done this straight away from when I started simulating, and it could have been ready maybe before the first race or the second race. But I think now that's going to be a couple of Grand Prix away, which is a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a mistake on my part, not realising I could have just upgraded that. But yeah, that's big upgrades, and I hope you all enjoyed today's season finale plus off season. It's a bit of a longer video because of this off season, but I enjoyed it. And actually we're going to make further purchases here, and there's 6 million gone, so I can't even see how much money we got left, but it's nothing. So yeah, I enjoyed today's episode, guys, and I hope you guys did too. Leave a like if you did, subscribe to the channel if you're new for more F1 2020 content, and Season 2 of my career. Plenty of league racing coming up, nationals this week, Vietnam, regionals in China, so that's to look forward to, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.